well after witnessing a slowdown, at least in top-line growth in the last 2 quarters. Revenue growth has picked up in Q4. Margins have been stable. Finance cost is slightly higher. So let's discuss some of these internals with the PJ Nath, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at Nelco. Mr. Nath, thank you very much for joining in. I want to start with the top line because your revenue growth at 10.4% obviously is being well received by the street. And your guidance, if I remember correctly, is also on the higher side. You're expecting better guidance for FY24. FY23, you grew at 20-odd%. FY24, any sense of how business can shape up?
We have grown quite well. While our revenue has grown by 20% over the previous year, our services revenue has grown by 37%. And services revenue is what is more critical for a service industry like ours. And therefore, we believe that we will have a good show during FY24 as well. And I think we should have similar kind of growth that we had last year. During
so 20% plus, sir?
Yeah, we expect it will be around that.
Okay. What about margins? FY23 came in at 19%. Again, I mean, would you be in this ballpark going ahead? What's the outlook?
Yeah, it will be in that ballpark. 18 to 20% is a range that we will be coming up with.
Okay. All right. Hi, Mr. Nath. Good morning and congratulations. It's been a good year, but now things get tricky, right? As the stock price moves up, the street wants more. So let's focus on a couple of numbers. Top line growth, you're talking about close to around 20%. I recall when you joined us, you said maritime as well as in-flight communication will contribute around 30% of the total revenues. At current reckoning, what does it stand? And when you're guiding for this 20% growth, could you break it up for us, between maritime, in-flight, as well as your traditional business? What is the breakdown that you're looking at?
Yeah, so our business, we are into the enterprise business, maritime communication, as well as aircraft communication. Our aircraft and maritime communication is between 25 to 27%, and that's a kind of split that we have. We believe that it will continue on a similar range going forward as well. For the aircraft communication, it will grow maybe after 1 or maybe 2 years when the domestic market starts picking up. Till the time, the growth will be similar to what we have had so far. But the important part is that we are spread across all the 3 markets: enterprise, maritime, and aero IFC. And therefore, we have a fairly balanced spread of our revenue in the market. And we expect to see more segments opening up in the enterprise sector as well, with lowering of satellite bandwidth prices happening in the due course. We'll see more segments opening up in enterprise market as well going forward.
All right, just to confirm, sir, aerospace and maritime communication as of now is 25 to 27%, right? And the target is to take it to 30%, say in the following year.
Maybe may not be this year, but the year after that. Because what happens is that, as I said, for Aero IFC, the big jump will happen when the domestic aircraft start consuming that service, and that we believe is about 1 year away from now.
Mobile phones operating on planes. I don't know. Good for your business, but as as just a consumer, I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We prefer peace and quiet for the 2 hours of that flight, right? That's on a lighter note.
Yeah, but on a same note, I may also say that we are not the ones who's going to cause the noise. We are the ones who will offer you the internet
the service.
Access.
They're playing their part.
Absolutely, yes.
So you're getting more of Facebook and WhatsApp and all of it, and not mobile phones. So
yeah, maybe not look at office mail. Maybe watch a movie on board instead. That's one way of looking at it. Mr. Nath, as you're talking about these growth plans, I just want to get a sense of whether all of this is going to be organic or whether you are looking at snapping up any niche sort of small companies along the way, perhaps from a technology standpoint. Or will you be completely on your own as you chart this 20% plus growth in the year ahead?
We keep looking at opportunities in case there is anything interesting that we can take up. But as of today, whatever we've done is organic, and current year plan is based on organic growth. But we do keep looking around for opportunities which can happen. We also have plans of spreading beyond India, which to my mind will happen towards the later part of the year. And so we should see the revenue coming in FY25.
This in-flight sort of internet opportunity, so what is I think we have discussed this before once when you were on the program. Just to jog our memories, what is the size of the opportunity and, what will you have to do in terms of investing to be able to tap the opportunity?
We haven't really been able to put an exact number for the domestic sector as of now. And as far as the investments are concerned, that's again, a lot of work has to be done in terms of what's the business model, whether the airlines themselves will be investing on the equipment which are required to offer on the aircraft, or should it be funded by us, etc. So those details are being worked out. And as I said, this market will open up after 1 year. So those details are still going on. And therefore, at the moment, I would not like to comment specifically on that.
All right. Mr. Nath, the opportunity is very, very large, though. So let's not talk about the near term. As you're saying, the opportunity is big. So let's take a 3-year time horizon. From this 315 odd revenues that you're looking at, you're talking about maritime, you're talking about in-flight, a lot of verticals. Could you tell us, where do you see the company headed, say from 3 years from now? Let's talk about FY26. What are the broad targets you're looking at? And if there is an opportunity, there's always investment as well. So what is the total investment that you'll have to make? Go ahead.
Yeah, so as I said, we don't give guidance for the future, but going forward, I would not like to say only for the next 3 years. For the next 5 years, we see a lot more happening. Let me also tell you why. Because the satellite communication industry in India right now is focused on in a very narrow market of only enterprise, limited sectors, limited segments, maritime and aircraft communication. But with the policies opening up, with newer technologies coming up, there'll be many other sectors opening up and many other segments opening up. For example, direct-to-device could be another opportunity, which IoT, Internet of Things. We are the satellite communication not being used so far in that. So we are looking at all these growths, all these segments to open up, because of which the growth will be there'll be a leapfrogging of the growth. So that is what we are expecting. Therefore, going forward, we believe that our rate of growth will be faster than what we are doing. That's the only guidance I would like to give at the moment.
So I'm just putting in a rough number.
And just to give a perspective, as of now, as a company, we have a fairly healthy financial, good balance sheet, very low debt, good debt to equity ratio. And so therefore, whenever there is a need for investment, we don't see any challenge for us to be able to raise the funds.
Going by what you're saying, by FY26, revenues could potentially be 600 crores then. If you're going to grow at faster than 20%, mathematically, you should be there. 600 crores in the next 3 years. Possible?
Yeah, possible. Absolutely possible.
Got it. All right. Pleasure talking to you, Mr. Nath. Congratulations on a good showing. The street, though, will be looking forward to an even better showing, given that now the stock price has run up in the last few days. Look forward to chatting up with you, sir.
It's difficult to keep phones away on the ground. No reason to believe that it won't be the same challenge in the air. So it's a big opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Prashant, but whenever I've flown to the United States, it's nice that New York, when you fly over there, it's a good 14-15 hour flight. And I never ever had made use of any of this in-flight and all, because and I make sure I come to work on that day. So that full night, it's a 12 o'clock flight. You reach there in the next 14 hours or so. I sleep through most of it.
You're in the minority, I think. Otherwise, I heard people say, well, they've done movie marathons. So anyway, I just want to highlight two names. One is Raymond, if you can have the stock up. It's up another 5-6% after yesterday's large move, if you can have that up. And the other one is Godrej Consumer. Both, by the way, 7-8% on Raymond, and the other one is Godrej. Both have press conferences later today. I think Raymond is holding a press conference at 3:30, and then you've got a press conference at Godrej at 4:30. So one is up 8%, the other is down about 2.25% or so. Related, unrelated, we don't know. We will find out as the day goes by. By the way, LTTS is the other one I want to highlight. We, of course, had the management. The stock's up about 5% now. That's a pretty strong gain coming through. And we're seeing some follow-through moves in names like BSE, etc., Bombay Stock Exchange. It's having a, I think, good week. It's up another 4%. For the week, it's up almost 15-16% or so right now. It's a big volume-led day, lots of single stocks moving around, and that's been the sort of nature of the market, at least this week so far. We'll take a break. Mitesh will be with us with some technical trading ideas on the other side.